Alright guys, so in this module I want to show you how to create the final portfolio. It's not a very difficult process, but there are kind of some things if you've never used Google Sites before, just to be aware of. And this will be our last assignment for the class and the last video for this course. So just a quick reminder, you guys should have looked at this assignment sheet in the last module, but you will need to have 2 revised pieces in your final portfolio. You're going to include your final research paper, which will also be turned into Blackboard and Portfolium, so it's getting submitted 3 different places, and then some reflective writing. When it comes about creating this, we're going to use Google Sites. You will need to create a Gmail account in order to do this, so if you don't have one, you can create a free one for the purposes of this class. But the best kind of process to go through to find Google Sites is to just type in Google Sites to your Google search, and it'll take you to this option to do New Google Sites. You can also get to Google Sites by going to the Google Apps menu, scrolling down for more from Google, and then scrolling all the way down to the bottom of the page, and we get Sites there. So we can also find it that way. So either one is acceptable. So for you guys, if you've never made one before, yours should be blank here. You'll go to the little plus here to make a new site. So first thing, give it a title, Writing 1020 Portfolio LEH, use my initials, just whatever you want to call it so it's identifiable to you. So this is your home page. So you have 2 options for this. You can kind of just make this your home page and have it be just kind of blank, or you could have a little greeting like welcome to my portfolio. I though am going to use this to be my reflection page. So if I want to make the theme look a little bit different, if I want to change the style, I can change the color, I can pick a custom color here if I really wanted to. I can pick any of those different ones. You can change some of the font choices. So there's a little bit of customization you can do within those. I am going to also do some customization here and upload an image for my background. And as you can see, Google kind of adjusts it so that it makes the picture the right sort of brightness or contrast so you can still read your title. But you also then can choose an image from Google's pre-selected options here. You can put a URL in, you can do a Google image search within Google Sites. I can pick what kind of header type I want. Do I want it to be larger? Do I want it to be just a title, keep it very basic? I'm going to stick with a regular banner for this case though. So now what I can do is I can go back to this insert option on the menu here, and I want to put a text box in. So reflective writing for Writing 1020. Again, whatever you want to title it is fine. You could also just start writing in this text box, but I want to show you guys you can put another text box. I'm then going to copy and paste from my Word document. And I can copy and paste that right in there. Notice so in my original document I have an underline, a bold, a colored font, a colored highlight. That does not transfer over into my copying and pasting in this site. So the bolding and the underlining is maintained, but highlighting and colored font does not stay consistent. So if you highlighted the changes in your revisions by using that highlight option in Microsoft Word or Pages, make sure that you change it to bolding or underline when you put it into your revision entries in the Google site. You can also do kind of a section background where you can kind of add some color. Again, you could bring in another photo if you wanted to kind of have another background. And then you can delete sections, obviously, individually there too. So again, just really aiming, don't have to make this super fancy, but if you want to give it a little bit of creativity, a little bit of flourish, I always enjoy reading that when I grade these. We finish our reflective page. So we need to make 3 more pages then. So when I go to my Pages tab, I just add that little plus sign, revision of ad analysis. It's going to be my first revision, let's say. And I'm going to do revision of literary analysis. And then my final research paper. And again, you can title these whatever you want, just make sure it's clear what they are. So as you can see, it's maintained my sort of thematic background with the typewriter and the same font and color layout, but I can, if I want to, then change the background of individual pages. So let's say I want to get a little artsy there, I'm going to put in my book background again, and I can do the same thing for the literary analysis one as well. And we have some options with our menu here. Go to this little gear. I can go to a top menu, like I have here, or I can do a side menu, my menu that way. So either one is fine, as long as I can navigate pretty clearly through it. So again, you've got 2 options. You can, if you want to do your revision of your ad analysis, we can make ourselves a text box, just copy and paste that in there. As you can see, it does kind of get rid of the double spacing and some of my tab indents. That's okay though. I know it's going to look a little bit different. I'm not really looking to see, okay, it didn't maintain that perfect double spacing and formatting. I'm just more looking to see the quality of that revision. Did you actually go back and make some changes to your original draft? And again, remember, you can revise the ad analysis, the literary analysis, the annotated bibliography, or the infographic. But again, please make sure you're bolding or underlining the changes that you made, or else you will not receive full credit on the portfolio. I need to see those revisions emphasized in some way, or else I'm going to assume you didn't actually revise and you're not going to get full points in that section. So that's option one. Let's say I did that for the revision of the ad analysis, and then I go back to my pages. And then let's say I want to this time put in the revision of my literary analysis is going to be from my Google Docs. So you can do this, but this is going to require an extra step that you must complete. If you don't do this next step, I won't be able to access it. So you will need to go to Insert from Drive. It should pop it up right next to it for you. I'm going to insert that Google Doc there. And what's nice about this then is that if you did highlight or have different colored font, this is going to maintain all your formatting because it's linking to Google Docs. So when I come into your portfolio, I would see this little option to open it in a new tab. I'd pop that open and it would take me to your document. The only problem is though that if you do this, I will not be able to access that document unless you've shared it with me already. So if I go to this page and you have not done that, it will not give me access. It will just give me a blank page and say you need to request permission to view this site, which I will request, but then if you don't get it to me in time, grades are due very shortly after the portfolio is turned in. So the way you can address this is that if you're going to put in documents from your Google Drive, so let's say you want to put your reflection, your final research paper, your 2 revisions are all going to be Google Docs that you're importing from your Google Drive. Then you need to make sure for each of those 4 documents that you share those with me in advance. So when you go into your Google Drive for those 4 different documents, you'll press that blue share button, and then you're going to invite me, and I will put this on the Module 15 page. But you're going to use my Gmail address because, again, it just makes it a little bit easier since we're using a Google product. It's going to be lhaldanemu@gmail.com. So you do that, you'd press send, and then I'd have an invitation to view that document. So again, if you do not do that, I will not be able to see anything you submitted. So that's a very important step if you're going to incorporate it as a Google Doc. If you copy and paste, that's not going to be a problem. You don't have to worry about this step. So what I want you guys to do when you're ready to turn it in, you will go to Publish. You're welcome to sort of adjust these privacy settings as you like. I'm going to go to Publish. And then what you're going to also do for me is share with others. So again, you're going to invite me to view this, lhaldanemu@gmail.com, and then just press send and I will get an invitation to view that. So what I want you guys to do then is once you've created your site and once you're ready for me to grade it, you've published it, it's all set to go, you're ready to turn it in, you're going to go and do this share option and then send me that invitation. That will be the indication that it's ready to be graded. So again, that's going to be due Friday, May 1st, so the day before the semester ends, and then grades are due that following Tuesday. You're welcome to invite me to view it early. I'm happy to grade it earlier, but you do have until Friday, May 1st at 11:59 p.m. to send me that invitation. If I don't get an invitation from you, or I'm having an issue accessing any of your Google documents, I will reach out to you guys via email, so please be checking it still that last weekend after the semester ends, May 2nd, May 3rd, May 4th, because again, if I don't have that information, I'm not going to be able to give you the points before grades are due. 4 or 5 pages depending on how you want to organize this portfolio, reflection writing, 2 revisions with those changes highlighted in some way, and your final research paper included as well. So you won't be turning anything into Blackboard, you're just going to be sending me that invitation to my Gmail account, which again I will write under Module 15 and 16. If you run into any issues, you're having any trouble with getting something on Google Sites to work, please feel free to reach out and I'll kind of do my best to help you troubleshoot. We can share screens in Blackboard Collaborate so I can kind of walk you through the process if you're getting stuck on anything. But again, this is our last project for this semester, so we are in the home stretch, and I look forward to reading what you guys put together.